Hello, I'd like to welcome you to Albion Business School. My name is Dr. David Bosward, and today I'm joined with,
Dr. Matthew Rogers Draycott.
and in this presentation, we're going to introduce you to our foundation year program, which is titled International Business and Entrepreneurship. I'm now going to hand over to Matthew to take you through some of the core aspects of the program.
Thank you, David, and it's really exciting to have you all with us today. Now, before I talk about the program, I want to talk about Albion Business School as a whole. Albion Business School is a UK-run business education provider. We operate internationally through both online provision and study centres. And David and I set Albion up a few years ago with the aim of helping people all over the world to develop and empower themselves through business and entrepreneurship education, because that's something we've both done for the last 20 years. We've created businesses, we've built educational programs with one key focus: developing that enterprising and entrepreneurial mindset. And that's encapsulated in the values of Albion. We want to support you. We want to work with you. We want to respect you. And we want to ensure that you can develop innovative and creative solutions to problems all over the world, which generate feasible and impactful businesses that might support you, your communities, your country. Really, the scale of that is simply down to you and your own imagination. Now, if we talk a little bit about the program as a whole in terms of what we're offering, at the moment, we're starting with an International Business and Entrepreneurship Foundation year. And that's simply a level 3 qualification, which encapsulates the core skills you will need to then move forwards and study a full degree. Our qualifications don't just capture that notion of entrepreneurship. We explore business generally. We look at sustainability, ethics, trade, and also a sound basis in those academic skills that you will need to survive and thrive. And Albion's programs are validated by the University of Buckingham, who are a prestigious private university. They've been around for a very long time, delivering great courses throughout the UK, and now working with us to expand that offering internationally. Now, this is what we are offering you as a program in that level 3 qualification. We start very much with that basis of business and academic skills. And that's because we understand that to learn, you need to understand the foundations of learning. So how do you do all the things on a degree that you're going to need to do to be successful? Then we move into some of those more traditional business skills. And this is about giving you a broad base that gives you lots of potential directions to move on to. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. You can see accounting and personal finance, introduction to marketing, introduction to global business, bringing in that internationalization, which is so important to modern business. After all, it's very rare nowadays that we trade in a vacuum, in one area, in one country. So much of our trade is about internationalization, bringing investment in or taking that to other places, which are great skills that you're going to need in that incredibly fast-changing global environment. Then in semester 2, we begin to get more into some of those entrepreneurship elements, looking at value. How do we develop that? How do we build that? And why really is that so important? Refreshing you on some of those key academic English and mathematics skills. And finally, we have a really exciting foundation practice project for you, where you'll get to take all your learning from the program, apply that really practically to doing something. And that's going to give you also a great piece of work that you can take and talk about with potential employers or other education institutions where you may want to develop further. Now, what problems does the foundation year solve from your perspective as a student? Well, I would say, first of all, you are walking away with a prestigious and recognised level 3 qualification from a UK university. That is going to give you more opportunity not only to further your studies in your home country potentially, but to further that internationally. And certainly, I would be seeing improved visa approvals as one of the potential benefits of this. It's a UK program. You're getting UK standard education from educators who would be able to work in UK universities. So you're getting a really superior level of delivery, of skill, and of quality. And what that should link into is hopefully an increased level of salary after graduation. And also that notion of you guys being able to act as role models moving forwards. You know, we really see Albion students as role models for agency in your countries. And that's something you should then be able to go and do. So they're what we think the offering really captures for you. Now, in terms of what's really unique about our teaching and learning, I've touched on that already by saying high quality UK assessments and standards, but also really active, really engaged classes. I teach like I talk. I want my students to be part of that experience, and we're going to have all our lecturers working in that way. As I already said, multiple delivery models for how we will put this out there, and a hugely experienced staff and management team. As I said, David and I have 20 plus years experience leading departments and major projects in UK education and business to deliver high quality experiences for our students.
Thank you, Matthew. So the options that we have in running the course, this course is a 1 year full-time course. It's 1 year online. However, if you want to do that part-time, we can offer you a 2 year part-time course. And of course, that's subject to availability. But ultimately, you've got that flexibility to be able to choose to take it full-time over 1 year or over 2 years. We're currently promoting that this is an online course, and that allows anybody in the world to come and apply and get that tuition that they need. However, we are developing certain study centres, and right now that really depends on the demand that's in each of those cities. So watch out for that. And of course, when you come to apply, if it's one of those things that you're interested in, please tick the box. We're going to start the course in September. So we have a September and a January cohorts. So again, if you're applying for the course, please tick which one you would like to join us with. And we very much want to welcome you on each of those particular cohorts. The entry requirements. All of our undergraduate programs, we've got a flexible entry process. Basically, what that means is that we want to see the value that you have and the value that we can create within you. So if you've got a secondary school certificate that you've achieved at in your school, then that's a core piece of evidence that we have. But what we also would like to look at is the extracurricular and the personal and maybe the volunteering activities that you've done. And that gives us a much more rounded view of you as a student, and also much more rounded view of where you can go on from being a student with us. So we very much would like you and encourage you to talk about your personal and volunteering activities and the extracurricular. If you're a mature student, then the work activities that you've done since you've completed your studies is very, very important. And one of the things I recommend you do there is talk about that work and how the skills and the competencies that you've developed in that workplace and how you've developed those. And of course, that's why we talk about a flexible entry process, because you really want to understand you as the whole. The course itself is taught in English, so we do have a requirement to make sure that you've got a level of English to be able to comprehend and move forward. So what we're looking for here is a IELTS of 5.5 with no score below 5 for any of the 4 components. Again, if you've got a score which is a little bit lower or around that, come and talk to us. Let's have an understanding of where you are in your journey and how we can support you to get to the right level. All applications are through our online web form, and that web form is on the screen at the moment, the URL. So please take a look at that. It's a very simple form and it's very easy to complete. And as always, we're available to provide you some guidance and support in being able to complete the form. I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. I look forward to meeting you and speaking with you. And from Matthew and myself, thanks.
Thank you very much.